My name is Micaela Walker, and I am a photographer, and I live in New York. I started shooting when I was about, I think I was 12. A family friend gave me an old camera, and I just fell in love, and I've been shooting ever since. So, yeah. It's changed a lot, but I think of it as primarily being color photography and as being very kind of non-linear documentary. In some ways documentary, I usually start with kind of a subject that could be sort of thought of as documentary, but I don't shoot it like a documentary. It's not, my work is very incomplete. It's fragments and pieces that are very visually sort of based. Well, I think it's an interesting idea because I think of, in some ways, I've only been to Dublin once, and I grew up in New York, and I think of them as being places that are very similar in that a lot of people come there from other places to make their mark there, and I see Dublin as being kind of a similar place to New York in that regard. So it's interesting to see how two places that kind of serve the same purpose on two different continents kind of serve the artists that live there. And in some ways I think, the more you have different people from different cultures together, they each kind of create their own little microcosm within the place. I know certainly with New York that's what it is, So I think New York is a little different for me because I grew up here. Like, I was born in Manhattan and I was raised in Manhattan. And there's not that many of us. There's very few people. I actually went to high school with Rachel Blackwell, who's one of the other artists. So I think for me, it's my reference point from birth. It's my normal, which for a lot of people it's not. And so then when I go to places like where I photographed the images that are in the show, which is more like very American, middle America, small town, that to me is completely foreign and bizarre to me. I think, well, my husband is from Scotland, so I've spent a lot of time, and I went to the art school in Glasgow, so I've spent a lot of time with, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily say specifically European, but Scottish and UK people, and they're fascinated by Middle America. Like, they're just mesmerized by that sort of, the idea of, like the gun-toting, big cars, and there's definitely a certain element to that in this place. So I hope people will be drawn to that, but it's not, I try to not play on those stereotypes too much because these are real people living real lives, and they really believe sincerely in the way that they live. And I hope that comes across more than a sort of a caricature of America. Hello, and I hope that the show goes well, and I hope the weather's good, and